In the middle of the 19th century, it took 2 weeks for news and information to cross the wild Atlantic. However, on land, the era of instant communication had arrived with the electric telegraph and the rat-a-tat of Morse code. But you'd have to cross the oceans to wire up the world.
Everyone knew that connecting Europe to North America with the telegraph line would transform both continents.
This island, Valentia, just off the coast of Kerry, was a hub in the extraordinary scientific and engineering effort to lay the world's longest telegraph cable, vital in creating a global economy and in the story of building Ireland.
Before the arrival of the telegraph, electricity was just a novelty party trick. But scientists were intrigued by the potential of this exciting form of energy.
When scientists and engineers began experimenting with electricity at the beginning of the 19th century, they had loads of ideas that opened up new technologies. Electricity was going to change everything and was going to change communications in the most profound way.
Samuel Morse and his practical coding system helped drive the expansion of the telegraph to thousands of cities. With undersea cables, Valentia would become a globally significant hub. Plans for a transatlantic cable were first hatched in 1854, when an American entrepreneur, Cyrus Field, believed that the technology was ready. A recent survey of the Atlantic Ocean seabed gave him additional confidence. The discovery of a natural plateau or shelf on which a prospective cable could be laid meant that the most eastern part of Newfoundland could link with the extreme southwest of Ireland. In July 1857, a cable-laying expedition of ships assembled in Valentia Bay and took delivery of the 2,000 nautical miles of cable needed for the transatlantic project.
No ship could carry such a weighty cable, so half of it went on the USS Niagara and the rest on HMS Agamemnon.
The Niagara set sail, spooling out its half of the cable. And then in mid-Atlantic, the Agamemnon's cable would be spliced on and it would complete the journey. After just a few days, the cable snapped and disappeared into the deep.
A second expedition began in June 1858. This time, to speed things up, the two ships began laying the cable from the mid-Atlantic and headed off in opposite directions. Twice the cable broke, and twice they sailed back to pick it up and start again. But when the cable broke the third time, they had to head back to Ireland for provisions.
On the fourth attempt, the cable was finally laid on the 5th of August, 1858. American President James Buchanan and Queen Victoria exchanged telegraph messages and sparked talk of a new era of world peace. But then, 27 days later, the transatlantic chatter fell completely silent.